Hi there, Dr. Craig from Elevate Chiropractic. October 16 is World Spine Day, and this year we're asking the question, what are you doing to love your spine? So in today's video, I'm going to show you 3 simple things that you can do to show your spine some love so that you can feel better at the end of the day. For World Spine Day this year, we're asking the question, what are you doing to love your spine? And the idea is that if you show your spine some love, it's going to love you back and you're going to feel better, feel great, less likely to get back pain, discomfort, and so forth. And the fact is, most of us are going to have some sort of back pain at some point in our lives, but ideally what we want to do is be able to reduce the likelihood of that, and if we do get injured, we want to be able to get over it quickly. So in today's video, I'm going to show you 3 simple tips that you can do to help try and improve your posture a little bit. So posture is probably one of the main causes of back pain, and it's one of the easiest things that you can do to show your spine some love. If I'm looking at postural correction, I think there's 3 parts to it. Well, firstly, we have to loosen up restricted joints. Secondly, we need to relax tight or overworked muscles or muscular imbalances, and then once we've freed up the joints, release the tension and imbalances, we can then work on strengthening it to help improve our posture. So in today's video, I'm going to show you an exercise for each of those. We're going to show you a mobility exercise, we're going to show you a muscle relaxing exercise, and thirdly, I'm going to show you a simple strengthening or postural improvement exercise. So let's go look at these. So our first tip is going to be to help try and get some movement or mobility through the joints, especially over your mid-back. I'm biased and I think that a chiropractic adjustment is one of the best ways of restoring motion to restricted joints and improving joint function. But if you're not at a chiropractic office, this is something that you can do simply and easily at home. Okay, so it's called the cat-cow or cat-camel. Some people call it cats and dogs, but it's all basically what we're trying to do is get some movement through your back and doing it in a safe manner. And how you do it is you're going to get onto all fours, okay? Hands under shoulders, knees under your hips, okay? As we breathe in, we're going to arch the back up, drop the head down. As we breathe out, we're going to lower the chest down, head back. And we're going to cycle through this nice and controlled around about 10 times, okay? Very simple, very nice way of just getting some movement through your back, okay? If you find that your mid-back is really stiff and all the movements just happening through your lower back, what you can actually do is, rather than having your knees under your hips, is you can sit back onto your feet and then do it there, and you're going to find that's going to lock your lower back. It's going to force you to move through your mid-back a little bit more, okay? Now this shouldn't be a painful move. If it is painful, just don't go into that painful range. So just stick within your pain-free range, and it's going to be safe doing that. Of course, if there is pain or discomfort, please get that looked at. But really simple but really effective exercise. So after we've mobilized the spine a little bit with the cat-cow we just did, we're going to look at releasing some muscular tension. And this time we're going to do a little bit of self-massage or myofascial release. And we're going to use a tennis ball, or you can use a lacrosse ball or spiky massage ball, but basically any hard round ball that you can think of, okay? What we're going to do is we're going to place it just on the inside of our shoulder blade, just between our spine and the shoulder blade, right in the muscle there. Going to lean back against it. The harder we push back onto it, more it'll dig in. Once we get the right amount of tension, then we're going to just bend our legs and roll up and down, okay? We can then roll to the other side as well and do the other side. Now with this, I always say, look, I want to look for what I call good pain. So pain that it feels sore, but it feels good, as opposed to, oh, just as painful, getting anything worse, okay? Most people will know the difference there, but we don't want to hurt ourselves, okay? So I'd suggest doing that for like a couple of minutes each side. You'll be amazed at how simple it is, but how effective it is, so I really encourage you to give that a go. Our third tip is going to be a way of standing better or improving our posture and getting those muscles in the mid-back working more efficiently and how they should do. And this is a simple cue that you can use to help get you into a good postural position. Normally when we talk about postural cues, there's all sorts of things like chest up, shoulders back and down, chin in, head tall, core on, pelvic tilted, all this sort of stuff, and it can become a little bit complicated. So I'm going to simplify this right down to two little cues. One is we're going to make sure that our core's on, because we should always have a little bit of core activation. And the second cue, which is the most important one, is we're going to think like there's a string attached to our sternum, attached to the roof. And all we want to do is think about someone's pulling that string and lifting our sternum or our chest towards the roof. And that's it. Basically, if we can lift it up a little bit, our shoulders are going to go back and down, our chin will come back a little bit, and it just puts us into a nice, better standing position. Okay. The key thing here is we want to make sure that our core's on, so that we're not actually just arching our back. Okay. So if we have a look from the side, so if I'm slouched, I'm going to think about pulling our chest up towards the roof. This puts us into a much better, more neutral position, which is what our posture should be. So very simple, but very effective.